Look, talk about education. I propose that what we take is those very poor schools, the Title I schools, triple the amount of money we spend for $15 to $45 billion a year. Give every single teacher a raise to the equal raise of getting out of the $60,000 level. Number two, make sure that we bring into the help the teachers deal with the problems that come from home. The problems that come from home, we have one school psychologist for every 1,500 kids in America today. It's crazy. The teachers are retired. I'm married to a teacher. My deceased crazy. The teachers are retired. I'm married to a teacher. My deceased wife is a teacher. They have every problem coming to them. We have to make sure that every single child does in fact have 3, 4, and 5-year-olds go to school, not daycare, school. We bring social workers into homes of parents to help them deal with how to raise their children. It's not that they don't want to help, they don't know quite what to do. Play the radio, sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. Sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night.
All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA anymore.
Get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
Everybody comes in, your grandmother,
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane. Tim Kaine in the brain.
Oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers, sauce, a lot of. So seriously, hot sauce. I've been sauce, a lot of raw peppers.
world is actually a small piece of the universe, right?
Hello, users, and a welcome to another motherfucker of a goddamn. Wait, my mic's not. Here it is. Here's the microphone. Should we do another show where we have the mic in the shot? Should we do this? Should we do the show again? The style, this style of installation, where I've got the mic in the shot. Anyone? Does anyone know? All right. So, folks, we got a goddamn here. First, I would like to introduce my co-host, Max the dog. Maxie! Look, he's got a pepper. Look, Max. Max, you want to show the stream your pepper? Not to be confused with the hit single by the Butthole Surfers, of course. Good song. So I'm drinking some Mountain Dew, Major Malone, Zero Sugar. You see this dog? Anyway, folks, we got a goddamn here today. I've got some shit to talk about. So, hopefully everyone's having a good day today. I'm having a good day. It's 12. The Saturday time for the show is 12. For those of you that did not know, now you know. And if you didn't know, I don't know why you're here. So that's the whole thing going on. But we got a show here today. So that's gonna be happening. Today I'm gonna be talking about the protest recap. I'm gonna be talking about this PowerPoint bullshit that has been released, and we're gonna get into that, and we'll get into some more stuff from there as well. But I want to talk about the PowerPoint bullshit. For those of you that don't know what that means, we'll find out together very soon. So, for whatever reason, my middle finger is swollen. You see this shit? Check this out. My middle finger is swollen. I don't know why. I don't know how that happened, but it's like a little bit of pain, and you can see like some redness there. Not sure what's going on there, but there's a lot going on, and so just wanted to talk about that. So we got the mic in the shot again. All right, thank you, Mike. So as you can see, I got 2 layers on, multiple layers. It's a little cold in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Just kidding, actually. It's a little hot. It's hot as fuck, even. Whoa. Oh, here he is. Hey, Max. You want to say hello? So look, I'm wearing all purple today. Hey, Max, you want to say hello to the stream? You want to say hello? You want to say hello to the... Look at this beautiful boy. Look at this beautiful boy. Folks, as usual, he is a Christmas doggy. Let me make sure his tail is visible. Look at that tail. Look at that tail. You could mine Bitcoin with that tail. Right, Maxie? Right, Maxie? He loves when I slap him on the butt. He's a freak. He goes crazy. He goes crazy. Ah! Happy doggy. Happy doggy. We got a happy dog. I really love your Max. I have a Max, but it's a cat. Well, this is my Max. Max is certainly a robust hound. That's true. That's true. Yeah, so drinking some Major Melon. Just spelled it. I do have a heater incoming. But it's hot here. It's like fucking, it's like 20 degrees. Some shit. Look at this. Should I wear the hood for this show? What's up, y'all? Look at this. Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation. Yeah, that's right. You can't even see. Can't even see. How's it going, folks? Look at me. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Someone take a screenshot. Someone post this on Twitter. You gotta wait. I can make this better. I can make this better somehow. I think. Alright. Alright. What's up, folks? Someone take a screenshot. Look at me. Aren't I cool? I'm pretty cool right now. Like, let's be honest. If we're gonna rate, like, on a 1 to 10 scale, how cool I am, pretty cool. So, that's it. That's the show, folks. I don't think it's gonna get better than this. Maybe I should do the show like this, you know? I could barely read, but, I don't need to read. It's hurt my ears. Look at that. Yeah, that's right. But wait. There's more. That's right. The coolest motherfucker on planet Earth. Sponsored by Major Malone. Look at that. Look at this. Are we getting some screenshots here? Is this happening? All right. Okay, so we got a show here, folks. We got a goddamn motherfucking goddamn. So let's get in it. Let's see. Gotta queue it up. Gotta queue it up. I don't know. Okay. This is like low effort, like I don't even know how to even respond to that. Like, it's so low effort. Mila, please, Mila, let me have my carbonated water, citric acid, natural flavor, aspartame, sodium benzate, potassium citrate, caffeine, gum arabic, ace sulfame potassium, sucralose, glycerol, ester of rosin, calcium disodium ita to protect flavor, potassium sorbate, and red 40. Contains phenylalanine. Alright, folks, let's get in. So, yesterday was the 234th day of protest in the city of Elizabeth City in the county of Pasquotank County, North Carolina, over the police shooting of Andrew Brown Jr. that took place on April 21st, 2021. Again, folks, I would like to remind everyone that there have been no charges filed against any of the officers involved. They did not have a signed warrant. They knew Andrew Brown Jr. was unarmed ahead of time. They knew that. They knew going in that he was unarmed. They shot him in the back of the head. In the process of shooting him in the back of the head, they fired their machine guns into a neighbor's kitchen. Had nothing to do with anything at all. And they had bullets flying through their house into their kitchen in a school zone at 8:30 in the morning. After Andrew Brown Jr. was executed, Deputy Daniel Meads modified the amount of bullets in his magazine and lied to investigators about how many shots he fired. And again, then guess what happened? What did they get? Charged? Found guilty? Sent to jail? Of course not. They got paid vacation, they got overtime pay, and they got a salary boost. And then Robert Morgan, one of the killers, alongside Daniel Meads, decided to go in the Christmas parade and dance on the sheriff department Christmas float. These motherfuckers are psychopaths, folks. I need you to understand, they are psychopaths. They are all psychopaths, every single one of them. Yesterday on the show, I was talking about a website called mappingpoliceviolence.org, of which had statistics on there that have said since 2013 until now, 98.3% of murderers in the police departments that have killed people have gotten no charges at all. And the very few that have gotten charges are usually found innocent. They get qualified immunity and all that, and everyone looks at them crying, oh my God, this is so sad. Really, there's been like only a couple cases in this entire country's history in this century so far where police have been held accountable at all. And one of those cases was with the murder of George Floyd. And so again, we're in a situation here in this country where like you can just go to summer camp for 8 months and you get a license to kill anyone you want. 98.3% of the time, you will get away with it. I mean, like, let's be honest, right? Like, if you want to kill someone, let's say you really want to kill someone, all it takes is 8 months. And you can kill them and get away with it, scot-free. Like, it's horrifying. And so I also want to show footage from today's protest as well. So let me get this up here. Today was day 235. I just got back. We do weekend protests in the morning. And again, it's fascinating to me that there are people in this country that are fine with this. That you can just go to summer camp and then the government gives you money, a gun, and a license to kill anyone you want for any reason. You can lie to investigators, that's fine. You can modify your magazines, that's fine. You can do basically anything you want, and get away with it. And then you get to dance around in the Christmas parade, you get free coffee, you get a paid vacation. It's ludicrous, folks, it really is. And it's sad that most people just don't give a fuck. Most people don't care. And so I ask myself this every single time I go out and protest. It's like, why isn't the whole country protesting against that? Like, you see the right wing that love the Second Amendment, right? They're hoarding guns to protect against government tyranny. Well, I got news for you. Government tyranny, it has arrived. It's been here since this country was started. It's called police, right? It's fascinating to me that right-wingers are capable of being Second Amendment ghouls, right? Saying, oh, protect my dear gun, government, bow, bow, boo, bow. And then they're all cop supporters. Isn't that weird? Like, the only form of government tyranny that exists, that they claim that that's their big thing, and yet I don't see any of those Second Amendment militias going up against the police stations. It's fascinating, this country's ability to just ignore all of these problems. And again, is there anything ever gonna happen at all in this country and in any way? when it comes to police violence. It's just, and that's only killings. 98.3%. That's only killings we're talking about. Like, where people die, where their lives are lost. Think about all the times police sexually assault people, brutalize people, right? Illegally arrest them. Like, what is the amount of, what is the percentage rate of charges in all of those cases? 98.3%, and that's when people die. The worst possible thing, when people die, and 98% of the time they get off with no charges. What happens when the police beat the shit out of you? What happens when they rape you? What happens? Nothing. Nothing at all happens, right? Cops, they have 8 months of summer camp, and then they're above the law. They get their little monopoly money, card and license to kill anyone they want, rape anyone they want, brutalize anyone they want, arrest anyone they want for any reason that they want, and they're always going to get away with it 100% of the time. And sure, Derek Chauvin was thrown to the wolves just so that people think that there might be accountability in the system. He was an example, but not an example in the sense of, oh, you know, look, cops, accountability is going to happen. No, he's an example that says this is what justice would look like if anyone actually gave a shit. And then what happened? Everyone stopped caring. Derek Chauvin was found guilty, everybody. The next day, after Derek Chauvin was found guilty, Andrew Brown Jr. was murdered, right? And so, my thing, and no one cares. Just no one gives a shit. I really, it's depressing. I mean, it really is, but whatever. I'm going to talk about this. So, Andrew Brown Jr. was shot and killed on April 21st. But about 2 weeks beforehand, there was another murder that happened in Minneapolis area of Dante Wright. And this is the situation where the cop apparently, I grabbed my gun and I meant to grab my taser. Even though they're entirely different shapes and objects, they're on the opposite sides of my waist, and they're different heaviness, different weight, and then I shot and killed someone for no reason. So Kim Potter, the police officer, the murderer, who murdered Dante Wright, someone who's younger than I am, someone that had a child, is dead now. There's a trial going on here. Now I'm reading from the New York Post because this is a right-wing newspaper, and I want to know what the right wing is saying about this. So, jury sees Kim Potter's emotional reaction after she shot Dante Wright. So what they're trying to do is the same thing that they did with Kyle Rittenhouse. White tears. Oh, the poor little precious angel snowflake. Oh, look, she's crying after she murdered someone in cold blood. Oh. That's what they always do. They do it every single time, right? They know that if they cry, the chances of them getting away with this skyrocket. Like, look at, the Bitcoin chart in the last 5 years. That's like their chances of getting off if they cry anytime around the details of the shooting. They know it. It's a cheat code, right? Now, again, I was talking about how 98.3% of the time, police don't even get charged when they murder someone, right? So this is a rare moment where, again, this is in the Minneapolis area, a rare moment where police are actually charged. And they're going to try to cry and whine and, oh, I'm so sad. You want to know who else is sad? Dante Wright's mother, who he called on the phone moments before he was shot and killed. She is sad. You know who's going to be sad? Dante Wright's child, when they realize what the fuck happened to their father. Right? I don't give a fuck what Kim Potter thinks. I don't give a fuck what her emotions are. In fact, I like when she cries. Cry, bitch. You fucking should be. You should be crying in a jail cell for 11 years, which is what she is facing here. Now, personally, I would say, now again, if I killed someone, would I get 11 years in prison? Chances are I'd get a lot more than 11 years. I'm just saying, right? If you go to summer camp for 8 months and the government pays you, and the government gives you a gun, you should be held to a higher standard. But in this country, you're held to a lower standard. The government gave you a gun. Whoops, I killed someone. Whoops, I raped someone. Whoops, I assaulted someone. Whoops, I knocked someone's teeth out. Oh, sorry. Oh, so sorry. Whoops, I shared racist memes in group chat. Whoops, I arrested people and planted drugs on them to falsify arrests. Whoops, I killed another person. Whoops, I killed someone else. Whoops, oh, sorry. 98.3% of the time, they get away with it, no charges. So again, they do these cases and trials here as a show. It's all theater. They want you, they being police and the government, they want you to think that something might happen when cops kill someone. 98.3% of the time, nothing happens at all. And guess what? Another significant chunk of the time, you don't even know the people were killed. So, I ask you this. I don't give a fuck if Kim Potter is crying. I ask why they try to make these big deals out of these trials, like the Chauvin trial. I didn't follow the Chauvin trial because it was irrelevant. The outcome was irrelevant. It doesn't matter. George Floyd was murdered. He's already dead, right? Daunte Wright's already dead. Andrew Brown Jr. they're all already dead. And so many more are already dead, right? Sending one cop to prison doesn't do anything. We need systemic reform. If 98.3% of the time, they don't even get charged, like, it's one thing if they all got charged and then they were all found innocent or something. That's one thing. But 98.3% of the time, they don't even get charged. They don't even pretend to care. And then you see dumb motherfuckers that go like, oh, but cops kill white people too. Yeah, that's also really fucking bad. Like, imagine that's your talking point. Oh, why Black Lives Matter is racist? They only focus on when black people get killed. So, are you saying that it's okay when white people get killed? I really don't understand. Like, it's not rocket science, right? Numbers and statistics exist, right? Black people are about 3 times more likely to be killed in interactions with police than white people. Now, in my opinion, no one should be killed when interacting with police. That's not the role of police. In fact, that's not even the role of government. The government murdering someone is unconstitutional. It's against the 8th Amendment to the Constitution. Against cruel and unusual punishment. I would say shooting someone in the back of the head, pretty cruel, also relatively unusual. And again, folks, no one gives a fuck. The so-called Second Amendment, oh, we gotta defend against tyranny. Those dumb motherfuckers see tyranny and they go like, oh, Blue Lives Matter. What? So 1 minute, you're, printing out 15 3D printed guns and buying grenades and bazookas to defend against government tyranny. The next minute, you're rooting for the police when they kill people? What? It doesn't make any sense. This country is garbage. This country is shit on my shoes. No one gives a fuck until someone in their family is killed. No one gives a fuck until the gun is pointed at them. No one gives a fuck, folks. And it's sad. It's sad. It's depressing. And again, these stories are the reason why I do daily protests in my city. It's because I personally, now again, do I think that me protesting every day is going to enact some grand change? No, I don't. Because not enough people do it. But it's better that a handful of people do it than no one. At least people need to understand that someone cares enough to do something. $10 super chat from Andrew Kohler. Curiously, BLM supporters are outraged when police brutalize white people, but all lives matter people are not. So all lives equal no lives. That's correct. But yeah, Kim Potter's crying like a little baby. Good. I hope she cries in prison. But again, even if she does, 98.3% of the time, police don't even get that far in being held accountable. 98.3% of the time. You know, I read this article a while ago where police officers were sharing memes in group chats about how, now again, 40% of cops have beat their spouses, so that's another factor in here. But there's, like, cops have literally shared this where, like, they talk about how when they kill someone and they go home and fuck their wives, that it's like the best sex they've ever had because like they feel like so powerful and on top of the world and they've got this adrenaline or whatever going through them. And so they kill people, they go home, beat the shit out of their spouse and then rape them. And then they share memes about it in their group chats. Like that's cop culture. I don't know what to tell you. And like in order to be a cop, you have to be a psychopath. There is no such thing as a good cop. And you cannot convince me that there is. Because if there was a good cop, wouldn't something be done about any of this at all? Like, oh, you have a badge and a gun and you're supposed to stop criminals. And oops, all your coworkers are criminals. Are you going to stop them? Are you going to arrest your coworkers? No. The thin blue line. Thin blue line. Yeah, whoa. It's bullshit. But not all news is bad news, folks. I would like to transition into our next segment. A classic segment. Officer down. A Missouri State Highway Patrol trooper injured in shooting in South Springfield. Shooter arrested. Unfortunately, they caught the shooter. But again, we need to talk about this too. Because cops are not invincible. Sometimes they get shot. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care at all. Officer fucking down, motherfucker. Springfield, Missouri. The Missouri State Highway Patrol arrested a man wanted for shooting Missouri State Highway Patrol Friday night. Troopers arrested Justin Jackman near Lark and Fremont, blah, blah, blah. He faces no formal charges in the shooting. That's interesting. Investigators are questioning him at Troop D. The trooper is hospitalized with injuries to his face. He is listed in stable condition. That's unfortunate. But what is fortunate is this guy's face seems to be fucked up. Every time they look in the mirror, they're going to have to remember that they chose this career. They chose to be a career criminal, and sometimes there's consequences. So I don't give a fuck about this officer. Fuck them. Fuck cops. Officer down, motherfucker. Cry about it. People always get really triggered when I do that. I haven't done an officer down in a while. I'm going to start doing these more again, because someone's got to fucking celebrate the small wins in life. Alien Mother. I can't tell if you're dumb or if you're trying to troll. I really like... I have no idea what this thing is that you're doing. Generalizing all police as pigs is similar to how white supremacists would generalize all non-whites. Like, the idea that you would think that that's, like, some profound, like, wow, wait. Oh, you choose to be a police officer. If you look at what police do in this country, and you choose to be a police officer, and you choose not to arrest your coworkers, and you choose to participate in that culture, that is not the same as being born with a different skin color. And the idea that you think it is someone being a racist, hating people that were born by an accident of nature with a different skin color, the idea that you would think that that's equivalent to someone choosing to work in a culture where 98.3% of their coworkers get away with killing people, I'm sorry, you are fucking dumb. That is dumb. That's not common sense. That's not profound. That's not like, oh, it's just basic facts and logic. It's fucking stupid. All the oppression being spread throughout the media is all propaganda? Yeah, it's propaganda. Cops murdered someone down the street from me. It's all mainstream media lying to me. Andrew Brown Jr. never actually existed. He wasn't real. He was a hologram meant to divide. What the fuck are you talking about? You're a goddamn moron? Alien mother, you're a fucking idiot. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're black. I don't care what the fuck you are. You're a fucking douchebag, cocksucker moron. And people all around the world should laugh at you at all times. You belong in a zoo. You're a freak. You should put the fucking fool's hat on with the little fucking things that like like the Santa hat, but it's got like 4 of them with the little balls. Juggle in the fucking little fucking street and go do your fucking shindig because you're a fucking moron. And if you're not a white person, honestly, you are dumber than white supremacists if you're saying this shit. You swallow the news and believe it. What the fuck does that mean? I think black white supremacists are dumber than white supremacists. I do. I genuinely think so. If you're a white supremacist, I mean, at least you're, like, working with your own self-interest. If you're a black white supremacist, you're just a fucking moron. Like, you're just like, what? You literally sat here for half an hour reading news articles. This is a show that I do, bro. I just got back from doing a demonstration in my city. Like, if you think that, like, all news is a lie, like, are you a flat earther or something? Like, where's the logic and the connection there? Like, unless you see it with your own eyes, then it must be fake. Well, I live in a city where police killed someone down the street from me, and I saw the crime scene with my own eyes. So, if that's your standard here, you need to see something for it to be real, you're talking to the wrong person. After this dumb fuck explains their bullshit, I'm gonna get into the PowerPoint thing, so. I mean, if you're a flat earther, at least there's like a logical consistency. What you see on the internet is literally controlled by what they want you to see. Okay, so explain how cops killed someone in my city and I saw the crime scene with my own eyes in person. Can you explain that? Explain how I'm being manipulated when I walk down the street to a crime scene with my eyes and saw it. with my eyeballs. Explain how the media is controlling that. I would love to know. That may have happened. That may have... What does that mean, that may have happened? Bro, I'm arguing with someone named Alien Mother. What the hell am I doing with my life? I'm like, what the hell am I doing with my... I'm arguing with someone named Alien Mother. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Yet the media has you believing an agenda outside of that incident? What agenda? I have lived in like 3 different locations. I've lived in the Northeast. I live right now in the South, right? Every interaction I've had with police has been negative. They're just authoritarian, small, precious little tyrants. If you think that police are good people, you've clearly never interacted with them. Flat mooner. I'm a flat mooner. Hell yeah. That's anecdotal. Okay. Alright, so here... Okay, so the news is fake. You can't read the news because it's all fake. But then, what you see with your own eyes is also fake. So what's real? Like, your entire argument is that you can't have an objective standard of reality because the news is fake. So you can only judge reality by what you see. Now you're telling me what I see is also fake. So there is no reality? We're all in a dream. What the fuck are you saying, dude? I'm sorry, this shit is fucking stupid. This shit is fucking stupid. But these are real people. They really exist. Like, they walk around, you see them at the grocery store, buying fucking cookies and fucking white bread. Like, these are the fucking losers that make this country shit. The news is fake, can't trust anything, but also you can't trust your own eyes, because it's an anecdote and it's limited information, but also you can't trust anything else that you haven't seen because they're lying to you. And so, question mark. What the fuck? Dumb motherfuckers, man. Dumb motherfuckers. Like, I really, and I'm gonna be honest, I hate to be this person. I hate to say it, but
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Jesus, motherfucker, man. What a dumbass. Like, my thing is, again, if they're a flat earther and it's like you can only believe what you see with your own eyes or something, then at least there's like something there, right? At least you can kind of like understand what they're saying. But at that point, it's just like trolling. Like, they're just like purposefully being a fucking moron. All right. So, PowerPoint gate, folks. So I'm on the New York Times here. January 6th committee examines PowerPoint document sent to Meadows. Mark Meadows' lawyer said the former White House chief of staff did not act on the document, which recommended that President Donald J. Trump declare a national emergency to keep himself in power. So for those of you that don't know, again, Mark Meadows, former congressman from the great state of North Carolina, where I live, went to become the chief of staff for Donald Trump. In some hot water right now, so let's talk about this. The House committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol is scrutinizing a 38-page PowerPoint document filled with extreme plans to overturn the 2020 election that Mark Meadows, the last chief of staff to President Donald J. Trump, has turned over to the panel. Folks, like, remember when the Eastman memo came out and all the motherfuckers were like, oh, it's just, just, you know, it's just one page. No, it's not that serious. It's just one page. Well, okay, now we got 38 pages. The document recommended that Mr. Trump declare a national emergency to delay the certification of the election and include a claim that China and Venezuela had obtained control over the voting infrastructure in a majority of states. A lawyer for Mr. Meadows, George J. Terwilliger III, Jesus fuck, said on Friday that Mr. Meadows provided the document to the committee because he had merely received it by email in his inbox and did nothing with it. We produced the document because it wasn't privileged, Mr. Terwilliger III said. Phil Waldron, a retired Army colonel and an influential voice in the movement to challenge the election, said on Friday from a bar he owns outside of Austin, Texas, that he had circulated the document titled Election Fraud, Foreign Interference, and Options for 6 Jan among Mr. Trump's allies and on Capitol Hill before the attack. Mr. Waldron said that he did not personally send the document to Mr. Meadows, but that it was possible someone on his team had passed it along to the former chief of staff. It is unclear who prepared the PowerPoint, but it is similar to a 36-page document available online, and it appears to be based on the theories of Jovan Hutton Pulitzer, a Texas entrepreneur and self-described inventor. I love that, self-described inventor, who has appeared with Mr. Waldron on podcasts discussing election fraud. Mr. Waldron said he was not surprised that Mr. Meadows had received a version of the document, which exists in varied forms on internet sites. On January 4th, members of Mr. Waldron's team, he did not identify them, spoke to a group of senators, okay, and briefed them on the allegations of supposed election fraud contained in the PowerPoint. Mr. Waldron said the following day, he said he personally briefed a small group of House members that that discussion focused on baseless claims of foreign interference, blah, blah, blah. So this guy is going around talking to Republican members of the House and the Senate and in the White House, and they're all talking about, that's a good idea. Mr. Meadows is not known to have worked directly with Mr. Waldron, who has described his military background as involving information warfare. However, Rudolph, I always love Rudolph W. Giuliani, Mr. Trump's personal lawyer as he fought to stay in power, has cited Mr. Waldron as a source of information for his legal campaign. Uh-oh. Mr. Meadows remains in a legal battle with the Jan 6th committee, which is moving forward with holding him in criminal contempt of Congress for refusing to appear for a scheduled deposition or to turn over documents he believes could violate Mr. Trump's assertions of executive privilege. Mr. Trump has filed suit claiming he still has the power to keep White House documents secret, an assertion several courts have rejected, though the case appears headed for the Supreme Court. Oh, the Supreme Court. Oh. Mr. Meadows has responded by filing a suit, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, you would think when you get these kinds of things, right, you should be taught, like on January 7th, all of these motherfuckers should have been like, yeah, there were a bunch of crazy motherfuckers who sent this to me. I should have taken it more seriously. I didn't. Right? These motherfuckers threatened to storm the Capitol, and I should have taken this seriously. Why are we just finding out about this now? That tells me that they're more deeply involved. Let's assume, right, let's take Mr. Meadows at his word, right? He's not involved. He did not circulate this at all. Republicans didn't circulate it at all. No one took it seriously. If that's the case, why not talk about it on January 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th? Why wait until December to bring up that there was a 38-page PowerPoint on how to overthrow the election? Does anyone know? Like, shouldn't you want to cover your bases if you didn't actually have any involvement? Why would you cover something up that doesn't implicate you? It's because it does implicate them. It's because they were considering it. It's because they were passing it around, and they did take it seriously. That's why. This shit's fucked up, folks. I don't know what to tell you, but goddamn. Can we take a moment to appreciate Andrea's dramatic readings? I love to read dramatically. Anyway, folks, that'll be today's show. Wrapping up. I want to say I received some monetary contributions yesterday. And so I want to thank everyone who gave me some monetary contributions after watching the show in the archive and the VOD and stuff. I want to say thank you. And if anyone else wants to give me monetary contributions, that would be wonderful. But if not, that's okay too. Tomorrow, again, the show will be at the regular time, 10 a.m. Eastern. And so there you go. And I'm gonna finish Mila's worst nightmare. Hello, Gestalt. And goodbye, Gestalt. You're coming in just as the stream is ending. We need you in the fight. Folks, in 6 days, I will get boosted. Play RE4. I will play RE4 if you give me 50 United States dollars. How about that? I'll play it right now. $50. But it has to be Gestalt. No one else can give me the money. It has to be you. It's zero sugar, motherfucker. Pro B. Stay beautiful. I appreciate that. You will pay me? All right. For those of you that don't know, I use the box set, the DVD box set of Seinfeld as my camera holder. So. Play it speedrun? I mean, yeah. Alright, folks. I will see y'all tomorrow. That's it. That's the show. It's over. It's done. It's gone.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
Even before you do that, and not even including that, that's why I hardly even included that number, although in one state we have a tremendous amount of dead people, so I don't know. I'm sure we do in Georgia, too. I'm sure we do in Georgia, too.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out. And I never sexually assaulted anyone.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt.
Dumb people, liberal people.
It was an amazing phone call I made. 40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan, and it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest. And I just spoke to my people.